Guys, I just want to give you guys a quick little review for the state test. Starting out, we know we need three things for writing an equation. We need the start, the action, and the variable. All right, so if I take a look here, if they give me a graph, this one starts at 3, so that's why I started at 3. The graph's going down, so my action is it's subtracting. I need to know how far down it goes. It goes down 1 over 2, so that's where I get my 1 over 2, and we know that the variable, if it's linear, goes in line with it. Then we have some word problems. For the word problems, we have to look for the key words. In this case, we look and see the word double. Double tells us that's exponential, so we know that we're going to be multiplying. We see that it starts at 3, double is times 2, and because it's exponential, the x has to be an exponent. On this one here, it says Mary has $500. She spends $25 per week. She starts at the 500. Because she's spending, we know that's a negative, and it's going down 25. Again, linear is in line with it. We know sequences, same thing, start, action, and where the variable goes. This one starts at 2. To go from 2 to 5, we're adding 3, but we also have to make sure that it's consistent all the way. Key with sequences, remember, is x minus 1. In this case, the x minus 1 goes in line because you're adding. On this one, the x minus 1 goes up top because it's multiplication. Here it starts at 3 times the 2, and then the x minus 1. As far as correlation is concerned, we know that strong correlation is above 0.5, which means weak correlation is below 0.5. So here I've checked the strong boxes. It doesn't matter that it's a negative, but what does matter is that 0 means nothing and 1 means causation, so they'll never be your answer if you're looking for correlation. This last graph we have here has to do with quadratics. We know that this is our starting point. If we ask how long something was in the air, it's in the air until it reaches the ground. So on this one, it'd be 9 seconds. As far as how high it gets, it got to 12. And again, it started at 5. If we come to the front of the room, we have a stats problem that is already typed into the calculator for you. But we just wanted to remind you, to do it, you have to put that A equals bracket, list the numbers. If you want the 5-number survey, you just put stats, all in lowercase, parenthesis A. And then if you want the mean, you do mean of it. Just as a reminder, range is the maximum minus the minimum. So in this case, it would be 6 minus 1 is 5. And then the IQR is Q3 minus Q2. So here it'd be 5 minus 2, which is 3. From there, if we take a look at some actual state test questions, we have just an equation here. With equations, we know we want to go to the calculator and separate it into 2 boxes. So give us a second to cross those out. And then we're just going to click to see where it crosses. This one crosses in 2 spots, so our answers are going to be that 1 down there, and up here, -2, and then you'll just put those answers where they belong. Make sure that if you have a negative, you're actually putting the negative in there. Going to the next question. Same type of question, but this one's slightly different. When you put it in the box, you have to remember to type y equals 19 because there's no variable with the 19. So he puts it in, is y equals 19, that's how you get the graph to come up. Clicks on it, x is your answer, so it's the 6. On this one, this is another sequence, but this one doesn't ask for the equation, so you have to go to the calculator. We're going to start at 27. We know to go to 32 to 37, we're adding 5. And then instead of putting an x minus 1, we're going to replace the x with the 60. And then 60 minus 1, and then it will give you the 322. Question number 4. Mystery numbers, remember sum just means x plus y, so this one we'd have x plus y equals 217, difference means minus, so x minus y equals 85, and then your answer is where it crosses. You don't have to show them that, Mr. Peck, they already know how to do that. For the 5, 6, and 7, these questions are about the interpreting the equations. So here it's asking about the 30. The 30 is in front of the x, which means it's the slope, so we have to think about some words that mean slope. Words that mean slope are like per, each, every, the ly words. So when I look, I see the word monthly membership fee. I know that that's the slope. On number 6 is an exponential. In an exponential, that 200 is where it begins. So for this, that's the original amount because original means begin. And the 0.08 is the rate, so that would be 8% if they ask that question. As far as this one's concerned, it asks about the fixed fee. The fixed fee is the number that doesn't have the variable with it. So in this case, real simple, 5.75. We move on. Question number 8, correlation coefficient. Like in the back of the room, we look at the number. The number 0.363 is positive and it is weak. So we go down and we look at D and it says weak positive. For this, we see the word output is 20. So where it says output is 20, we just put y equals 20 because y is the output. And then we put the other part of the equation down below, 4x minus 8. See where they cross, and that's going to be your answer. Going to question number 10. You don't have to fill in the answers, Mr. Pack. Question number 10, for which relation is y not a function? For something to be a function, all the x values have to be different. So for this one, not a function, that one because both of those 2's. Going to question number 11. Here we see the keyword parallel. Parallel means it has the same slope. So you just pick a slope and then they just have to be slightly different on the y-intercepts. Number 12, we're going to put this into a table. So we go to the calculator, hit that plus sign, plug those numbers in, 3, 6, 12, plug in 14, 23, 41, hit the little squiggly thing, and then we open another box below it and hit x equals 1. Or you can fill in the 1 for the x if you want. Both of those will work. Okay. Question number 13 has to do with domain. Domain is your x value. It starts going from left to right. This one starts at -4. The only one down below that starts at -4 is that one. Here we have 9x to the 4th minus y squared. I just wanted to remind you that if you put 9x to the 4th minus y squared, it's not going to give you the answer, but if you scroll over the little error sign, it'll tell you, well, could you go back for 1 second, Mr. Pack? If you scroll over the error sign, it says try adding an equal sign. So we can put equals 0 or 0 equals, and it will give us the graph, and then we're just going to match it up. Also on this one, remember, multiple selections, you want to choose at least 2 answers. And that's how you would check them to see, but we're good, Mr. Pack. Number 15. Sequence, again, we need to know where it starts. This one starts at 4, and we're going to 12 to 36, so this one is times 3. So we're going to do 4 times 3. But just as a reminder, when you're trying to put the exponent, you can hit this thing down here, and then it's going to be n minus 1. Good? On this one, create g of x in terms of f of x. If you look at the keyboard down below, do you see that it has the f of x on it, which means you're going to need f of x in your answer? And then you just look at the graph, and it goes from 0 up to 3. So you're just saying plus 3. Here we're writing an equation, so you're looking for your totals on this one. So one of the totals is 42, the other one is 19. To get to 42, because it's the bigger number, it's the one that gets the numbers with it. So 2x plus 3y on that one. The bottom one does not get the number, so it's just x plus y. For this one here, number 18, we're just going to put the equation into Desmos. Hit the little setting sign. Nope, we're going to hit the settings. Hit the table. And then we can look at the numbers. What's with 0? 0 is with 96. And then if we want 5, we're going to put a 5 there. That's with 131. And then here we can just do a little trial and error. We can put the number 6, see what happens. Oh, it's not high enough, so then we try 7, 145. Go to the next problem. For this one, this one is just here to show you that it's going to cross 2 times. I believe it crosses 2 times. Oh, no, this one does only cross once. You click on it, and your answer is 422. Okay? Question number 20 is another sequence, but this isn't typically how we write our sequences, so we'll go to our calculator. We'll do it how we normally do it, 7 plus 4, and then parentheses x minus 1. And then down below, we're just going to try to see which ones match up. So we could plug 4x in, it doesn't match up. Then we try our x plus 4, doesn't match up. Try our 4x plus 3, perfect match, so we know that's our answer. So that's just plugging them in. Remember, if you see the word equivalent, you can typically plug them in and match up the graphs. Number 21, that -2 is your x value. So all he's going to do is type it in and replace x equals -2. Or he could always go to where the x is and replace the x with the -2. and that's our review. One thing on that, Mr. Peck, could you go back to that? Please remember when you substitute to always use parentheses. But good luck today, and I think you guys will do great. There you go. How long was that?